Boom, we are pre-recorded and live today, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 2021. Coming back to you a little bit earlier than I had anticipated, but now the Bitcoin just flew through $30,000. I think the sign of strength is probably nearing somewhat of a pivotal end. Now, how high that goes, as we've said in our other videos, is not really something we want to try to capture. What we want to do is find out when those trading ranges start to turn. So we're going to dive in with our normal kind of trading range study today and take a look at where we are in the markets. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you guys want to be able to see this screen. Okay, so you should be able to see Bitcoin now open on the 4-hour. And what we have drawn here are a few of the kind of trading ranges we had been watching. So here's the primary trading range around $16,000 to $19,000, which we watched develop for quite some time. This is a really nice trading range. This is almost a perfect opportunity for a nice leverage position. I did take one here. It closed out a little early at 28K. Did not expect this extra little burst, but I don't know why. Should also be fully accustomed to the fact that Bitcoin just takes these giant leaps forward. Limited supply and growing demand. It seems like a positive reason to think further and further in each of the developments of our SOS phases. So as we go to the daily, you can see we're extremely high up and have not had a single retracement yet. And as a matter of fact, the price has gone pretty much parabolic since the breakout past $20,000. Now, this is usually a time when we want to start looking for the weaknesses. But again, remember, we have a growing demand and a limited supply. And those are two really important factors when understanding the growth characteristics. So on the 4-hour, we'll zoom in again because there's been some pretty nice trading ranges so far. This top trading range here, as we zoom in, this one that was approximately $28,000 and this breakout above. This is kind of a nice, very bullish signature too. So again, I've been offline the last few days, taking a little bit of a vacation. Well-deserved. I think all of us are on a well-deserved vacation time pretty much right now. Remembering that being active and participating is so important in these markets. And then educating ourselves and learning and studying. So the POC line, even on the 4-hour, is back down here at around $20,000. We had talked about this a few times before, the potential of a weekly retracement to the 21 moving average. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to clean out the charts here. We're going to open up the 3 moving averages, one of our favorites, and then we're going to go out to the weekly and take a look and see where we're at currently. One of the speculations here that we made in our previous videos was that the breakout from this $11,000 area here would signal a potential return to the 21 moving average eventually. Now, as the higher and higher we go, the higher and higher the 21-week moving average goes as well. So the 21-week moving average is here, this white one, which I just circled in green. And as we go higher, obviously the 21 moving average moves up. It seems at this point that around the $20,000 mark is probably pretty likely where we'll start to get some type of balance. So we could go maybe even higher, 35, 36,000. But as you can see, as we go back and we get rid of the moving averages and we look at the 4-hour, something I had mentioned in the previous videos was the time it takes for each of these trading ranges to complete, and the depth within each of them was decreasing. So throughout time, each of these trading ranges has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller. This usually means we're somewhat close to this kind of climactic end that the market usually holds in store for us. So when we're being patient, what we want to recognize is that the time to go long was the previous months. This is not a time to be entering big positions unless you're just like last night, some crazy 100x position at $100 just because there's so big potential for up or down. I know a lot of people were trying to cover their positions by going short. I don't think we're at the top yet. But again, this decreasing time and this kind of this condensing of the trading range, I think, is an important one to keep an eye on. So we can see now, if we roll into the much smaller time frames, we're getting into these really, really climactic events. Look at all this volume. Let's actually show it on the 1-hour to maybe be a little more clear. Yeah, here, look at the amount of effort this volume bar took for this spread. So we're still moving up here, but compared to this volume bar and this spread, So we have similar effort and decreased result. So again, this could push us much higher. I made this statement back when we were around $19,000 to $20,000 that we're not going to try to pick the top here. We're just going to find the next best point of entry. So in a lot of these guys like, oh, buy the dip. These are not dips. These are returns to the bottom of the trading range. A dip will be something probably substantial, maybe as back as low as 20-something thousand. And again, we want to constantly kind of be rebuilding our thought process here because we don't know where the top is going to be. That also means we don't know where the 21-week moving average is going to be when we get to said top. So being patient, I think, is extremely important in this one. I want to take a quick look at Ethereum too, because it actually looks like it's in a very nice position. Ethereum had kind of dropped by the wayside during Bitcoin's previous price run. But as you can see, we've been following two important trading ranges. Now, I'm going to clean this chart up here while we're live, as I was kind of watching two. But this was the horizontal trading range we were watching. Here was your primary SOS, your backup phase, and then a big explosion outwards. So we are still in the upward momentum in Ethereum. So we're likely not done that growth phase for Ethereum. As we go in a little closer here on the 1 hour, you can start to see that we formed a new trading range and we just broke above that trading range. So here you can see, I'm going to draw it in horizontally again a little. I'm going to have to get rid of these other more vertical bars so it's clear. But as you can see, this new trading range that we formed, we've just broken above and are starting to hold above too. And very, very thin trading range too, mind you. If you take the depth of the gap here for Ethereum, you're only at 7 to 9%. So these are some of those really potentially powerful positions to go in with a long and tight stops, expecting an upside move based off the larger trading range, and now this new smaller trading range that we are starting to break out of. I'm looking for a further confirmation on that one. I did take a long on Ethereum, closed out my long a little bit earlier on Bitcoin. It was so close, but I guess this is part of the problem, is being able to, like, when you have a good trade, sit on it long enough is also a difficult one to make it work properly. I just wanted to go over this quick update today, kind of give you guys a little bit of a brief update. It does look like we're going to continue higher for both Ethereum and Bitcoin before we see some type of larger retracement. Again, any longs here should have been built months prior. Our original longs for Ethereum went out here at 404 to 380 effectively. So building longs in these later terms is not all that wise. We do suspect we'd see some type of retracement, but even still, a lot of the people are going to argue, well, here, 23% retracement, followed by another 13% retracement. We could literally be asking ourselves, well, are they done? And usually not. Usually what we do see is this parabolic movement comes in, people start to FOMO left, right, and center. Oh my God, Bitcoin's going to $100,000 tomorrow. And we've been speculating for a long time it's going to 100,000. When we're at 32,000, man, it feels so close. Like you're like, oh, it's $100,000. It's right around the corner, isn't it? And it is. So keep in mind that even though we're on our way to these much higher numbers, the likelihood of a big LPS is quite high. Now, again, we don't want to call the top. We just want to wait. And as soon as we see those distribution trading ranges take place, then expect the LPS and use that as our actual dip. Now, again, we could argue whether we've had a dip or not because of these big moves on Ethereum, 20% down in a highly volatile market. That's actually pretty damn good. So again, I don't want to speculate how low it could go, but more importantly, we just want to wait for those blow off tops to come in, a new LPS, and then again, probably much higher positions to come into play. With Ethereum, in the beginning of the year, we had said somewhere around $3,000. It could go even higher than that. We are just learning what this technology is capable of. And because of that, we're going to start making more DeFi videos and kind of playing around with the technology. For those of you that don't know, we have a Bear token. We're doing some yield farming on the Bear token because what we decided to do was to experiment. And the best way to experiment with a community is to have your own little kind of sketch pad together. So we've been creating that with the help of Roll and a few other fantastic minds out there as well. So give us a thumbs up if you like this content. I'm going to jet out for the rest of the day. It's a beautiful Costa Rican summertime here, and I know that it only lasts so long, and I got to do a bunch of residency paperwork and all this other non-stuff. So I'm going to get that done and out of the way as quickly as possible here. I hope you guys are enjoying your 21. Breathe a sigh of relief that we made it through at least the first section of this crazy new brave world that we're living in, and be optimistic. You know, we are each designers and writers of our story, so hopefully we can come together and collaborate and build something that's more unifying and productive for everyone. Anyways, it's Tio with the Arcane Bear. Thank you guys all for joining us. Give us those thumbs up, leave your likes, your comments, all down below. We'll see you guys again on the next episodes. I know this was a brief one today, and we will be back more as we get into the month. I just wanted to give a quick video update before I go out and enjoy the rest of my hard-earned vacation. Boom.